Each year, the Society of Women Engineers sponsors a special competition to foster the awareness of solar energy in young people. This competition, called the Arizona Student Solar Competition, challenges middle school students to design their own solar-powered vehicle and to test their design at a race that occurs each spring.
This video will help you and your students get started and will also help you troubleshoot along the way. You will be supplied with certain parts to begin with. These parts are a set of solar cells and an electric motor. The solar cells and the motor will perform identically for every competitor. The solar cells are linked into a single solar panel, and this panel is connected to the electric motor with insulated copper wire. Handle the solar cells carefully when making the solar array. They are fragile. Connect them with plated copper ribbon and tape them to their foam base. Use a soldering iron or alligator clips to attach the wire to the motor leads. You will find alligator clips at Radio Shack, along with a variety of other electronic components. Once the panel is connected to the motor will spin in either direction, depending on the way the leads are connected. So keep this in mind during the building process. In addition to the basic parts already supplied, you must supply materials and parts on your own. This is where the learning process begins. There are many ways to build a solar-powered car, and some ideas will work better than others. There are several ways to construct the frame of your vehicle. As with any part of the process, you will have to experiment until you find the right combination of materials. Some materials that work well include balsa wood, foam core, polystyrene, corrugated cardboard, and plastic. You will want to find materials that are light, stiff, and strong. Some materials can be bent at angles to form stronger structures with less surface area. Again, the most important thing is to create a frame that is both lightweight and strong. You can always add extra weight if required. Next, you can also make wheels for your car. The wheels can be any size and can be made out of many different materials. You might try using lids from food containers, metal, other cars, plastic tubing, and other household items. Again, think about the weight you are adding to your vehicle. The friction between the wheels and the ground, also known as traction, is important if you want your car to move efficiently. The amount of wheel surface area and the materials used to build each wheel will influence traction. So experiment until you find what works best for you. You might want to try rubber bands, cloth tape, or a silicone compound to improve traction. You will also need axles for your vehicle. Plastic axles, wooden dowels, and metal tubing are all good axle material. Make sure your axles are straight and strong enough to support the total weight of your vehicle. And since your car has no steering mechanism, you will need a hook to attach the car to the guide line or wire. This wire will help you keep your car moving straight down the track. You will also want to think about reducing the friction between your axles and the frame of your solar vehicle. Bearings are used for this purpose, along with lubricants like crushed graphite or light cooking oil. There are many ways to build bearings. The main thing to remember about bearings is to use hard materials against other hard materials and lubricate the space between them to minimize friction. Ideas to try include metal tubing, screw eyes, metal brackets, or holes drilled directly into the vehicle. One of the most important parts of your vehicle is the transmission. The transmission is the connection between the motor and the driving axle. This can be as simple as connecting one wheel directly to the axle or connecting the axle to the motor through a series of gears, pulleys, or other friction devices. You can purchase gears and pulleys at most hobby stores, or you can make your own. Think about the different sizes of gears or pulleys and how power is transferred between these different sizes. And don't forget about the weight you are adding with the addition of these parts. The shell of your vehicle should be as light as possible. Its primary purpose is to reduce drag on the internal parts of your vehicle, which will catch wind and slow the vehicle down. The shell also has to be strong enough to support the solar panel. You might want to try materials like poster board, cardboard, foam core, foam insulation, or plastic sheeting, all of which are light and fairly rigid. You will be using a variety of tools to build your solar car. It is important to take your time and be safe regardless of the tool being used. Don't forget to wear safety glasses or goggles at all times. You will be using tools of many kinds, and some are more dangerous than others. Soldering irons are great for bonding electrical parts together, but the hot metal and fumes are dangerous to both eyes and skin. Hot glue guns are excellent when you want to quickly bond different materials, but again, the fumes and hot metal surfaces should be treated with caution. Electric drills will help you to drill precision holes in any material. Make sure you clamp the work to be drilled securely to a work table or other surface, and wear safety glasses to protect your eyes from flying metal. The same goes for hacksaws and other saws you might be using. Make sure the material to be cut is secure before you begin. In addition to these tools, you will also be using different kinds of clippers and cutters, which could send bits of flying metal across the room. And any tool might suddenly break without warning if forced to do work beyond its abilities. Last but not least, remember to be careful with sharp tools like X-Acto knives or any power tool with sharp moving parts. Here are some helpful hints that will help you to be more creative while building your solar car. Because your car relies on sunlight to produce power, you will want to maximize the amount of sunlight striking the solar panel. Try tilting the panel away from the sun and back again. Notice the change in motor output depending on the angle of the panel. You will want to fix your panel at the best possible angle. You might also want to try building a lightweight reflector to focus more sunlight onto the panel. But remember, this will add weight and drag, which may cancel out the benefits. You will want to build as light a vehicle as possible, but you will also need to focus the weight of your vehicle in the right places. Try to place enough weight over the driving axle to maximize friction. Also think about the weight on the other wheels, as they must also maintain contact with the ground. Test your vehicle on a guideline to see if your vehicle goes straight, and make sure the line flows smoothly beneath or beside the vehicle. Solar houses use the same solar panels as the solar cars. The energy the solar cells on the houses collect stores in a battery to run the lights of the houses. Finally, remember the goal is to solve problems and have fun doing it. There is no single right way to create a winning solar vehicle. Every vehicle will be different, and everyone is a winner. Hopefully this video will help answer some of your questions about how to get started. We hope you enjoy building your own vehicles, and good luck with the competition!